Another episode of Go Terrapins, Travis Garrison on the Field 68 Networks. Got my brother from Cali, Ekene Ibekwe in the house. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Chilling, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Glad you took time out your day, man, and we finally got this thing organized to get together, man, and chop it up a little bit.
For sure.
How's everything going, man? I know you was overseas this past year, right?
Yeah, I was in France for the past couple years. Finished up in June, and now I'm just I actually just came from the gym. Now I'm just staying ready for the next year.
Oh, yeah. So man, with COVID and everything going on, man, what's that process like trying to get back over there, man? Is it still crazy, or is it slowing down, or how's that going?
Well, now you got the situation with the vaccine. So some countries they're not letting players in unless they're vaccinated. You know what I mean? Some countries don't care. But this whole past season, it was a situation where we would get tested every week. You know what I mean? Every week, man. Your whole snap box getting violated every week, bro. Once a week. You know what I mean? And it's just like you kind of got tired of it, man. But I guess you needed it for precaution, man, to make sure everybody was safe. You don't want nobody catching it. If somebody did catch it, they would have to quarantine for 14 days. So that was kind of what made the season kind of tricky, because if a player on our team had COVID, then it's like we kind of had to miss the guy for that particular game. You know what I mean?
Right.
But everybody got through it though. Everybody got through it. It was a long season. Everybody got through it. So now we're here, man. Glad that everybody was safe, and most of my teammates were. Everybody's good.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, man.
And like I said, I know that grind, man, is different these days, man. And no fans in the stands and all this. I was just talking to some other guys, man, like, cause with Maryland, they didn't have no fans last year. So how it was. How it was when we played. We played against Duke. We had the whole fans, the crowd, and everything. But then you got guys, man. Playing with empty fans, man. So what's your take on that? Like, what's your thoughts about that? I know obviously you got to take precautionary measures. With COVID, what's going on, but like, imagine not playing with no fans, man. And
that'd be crazy, right? Yo, imagine if we didn't have no fans, bro. That'd be wild, right? That'd be crazy. I mean, it'd be impossible. We probably be like, nah, you know what? No, we not.
No.
You go back inside.
Knowing that team at that time, bro, we probably would have done something like that.
What? Come on, man. I mean, our fans, man, was some of the best fans in college basketball, man. I mean, I've never seen anything like it until I got to Maryland. You know what I mean? Like, so loud, like chanting your name, like it's nothing like it. It's nothing like it. It was cool to be a part of that tradition, bro. Overseas this past year, so it was a time where we didn't have no fans, so it was just quiet. It was just like you really heard everybody talking on the court. Like if somebody was talking mess, you heard everything.
Exactly.
You heard every single thing, and it was kind of weird. It kind of felt like pickup.
Right.
But some guys, man, that's where some guys kind of like play better. You know what I mean? Some guys play better without any fans, and some guys that normally would use the fans as an energizer. They didn't play as well. But at the end of the day, if you're a hooper, and
exactly.
You're gonna play regardless. So
exactly.
That's how it was.
Man, I was talking to some guys, man. I said, imagine us playing back when G-Dub was coaching and there weren't no fans. Hey, I was like, imagine when Coach G-Dub was coaching, bro, and then everybody can hear exactly what he's saying.
Oh man, you would have heard, man. Everybody would have known what everybody's name was coming from him.
I was like,
G-Dub, man.
Man,
one thing with G-Dub is like, let's say I was in the game and I made a mistake or something. He would go to the bench and like go to that guy that's playing my position and get on his ass for something that I did.
Right.
That was the worst. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was like, Coach, I'm not even in the game.
Like like he'll come at you like that's you out there, but now I'm right here with you. What you talking about?
Right. Hey, so getting on top of that, man, like what made you coming from Cali? What made you choose the University of Maryland? Like I know you had other options, man. So what made you decide to come play for Coach G Dub, man, and come to College Park?
Yeah, man. Everybody asks that, because when I tell them, some people don't even know that I'm from Cali, but yeah, man. I mean, it came down to like when I first seen Maryland and when I first seen like I used to watch a couple games and stuff like that. I just saw just the liveness of the atmosphere of the games and stuff like that. And they just recently won a championship, and I was looking and they were recruiting me hard. They came all the way out west. They came to my house and everything, and they were really, really fond of me. Coach Passos being a main recruiter, and it came down to USC and Maryland. USC is basically my home college, and it came down to Maryland. And when I seen that they played against Dukes and the North Carolinas and stuff like that, I kind of wanted to challenge myself. You know what I mean? And and be in a position where I would be playing in the best conference at the time in the country. So, I just like the whole style, the way they played and everything. So, at the same time, my AU teammate DJ Strawberry, we play AU together, and he was interested as well. So it was kind of like, you know what, I like this school. It'd be cool to go out there with somebody that I know. You know what I mean? And so it was kind of a easy decision. So yeah, I made that decision to go out there.
Now, I definitely know what you mean in regards to, coming to play. Because, me and Chris made that choice to come together. I think Chris committed first. Chris committed first, but, us being from home, man, and, having other options, but choosing to stay and play together, man. So I definitely understand that. Then, like you said, you coming from the West Coast, coming over to the East, it made it a lot different. More. Exactly.
It was different. I kind of grew up out there, seeing different things, seeing snow for the first time in my life. That was crazy. It's a different vibe, different, the language, just the way things were, it's cold. Well, I mean, it's not as cold as other states on the East, but it's colder than Cali. We never, right. Like I said, I never seen snow. It's always shining, always, that's just how it was. So, I grew up out there basically, you know what I mean? I grew up out there. I learned a lot of things, just being by myself and being able to be somewhere outside of my comfort zone. And I think that's what helped me be able to play, 14, 15 years, and I'm still playing in Europe, just being able to adjust, that kind of prepped me to have the career that I've had. And, I thank God for that. I thank God for just being able to be in a position to being able to adjust to certain things and then prepping me for the rest of the world. You know what I mean? Right. So, yeah.
I definitely understand that, man. Like you said, man, it's just like I'm from the area, so I ain't really, but I traveled before I got to Maryland, being in high school, so I was kind of used to it. But then, like you said, man, it's not like going out on your own. You by yourself. You ain't got a family there, and you in the country, and you got basically fending for yourself in a sense. So
wait. Time out. Was you recruited by any West Coast? Like, would you leave and go to to the whole other side of the country?
You said would I have left?
Yeah,
I would have if it made sense. I think UCLA. But what's so crazy, man? A lot of West Coast schools, man, didn't really recruit. I mean, they recruited. But they think they ain't really stand a chance because they're coming always from the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't even. I mean, it was a whole different side. So they of course they'll shoot their shot and see. But I ain't really paid too much mind, honestly, man. I wouldn't have mind though, But even my mom definitely wanted to come to the game. She didn't really want to fly that much. So, she can't drive it. She like, so that was like, I was like, man, I'm not just going to stay on this side.
That's the thing, man. It wasn't, it wasn't the easiest transition. You know what I mean? It's like you're away from everything that you know. I mean, your parents, they come to some games, but it's just like, they're not there every game, and your friends that you grew up, like nobody really is there that, that you kind of grew up with. So, that was kind of like the hard thing, but, that made me, I feel like that made me tougher, like I said, just to being on my own. But I really appreciate it, when they were able to come out to some games, that made it, the feeling much more better. You know what I mean?
The crazy thing is though, man, I tell people a lot, before I got to DeMatha, man, I didn't know anything about the history of college basketball.
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't know some of these schools that was recruiting me. I didn't really know anything too much about them unless I asked, a teammate or my mentor at the time about like, what's up with the school. So I'm going basically off of what they telling me. I mean, obviously, when I got to high school, I started watching more college basketball, but I still don't know the history of it. I don't really know the coaches there. I really don't know the coaches that well. So I wasn't like, oh, I'm going there because X, Y, and Z went there, or because years ago they won a championship. It was basically, I'm going off of what other people are saying. So even with, I'm talking about everything, so it was, so that 4-year span, it was me getting the coaches coming into our open gym and practices. I'm like, who is that? Like, people had to break it down to me, like, that's coach for such and such. I'm like, okay, so if I'd had a deeper understanding in the history of college basketball, I probably looked at things differently, but I didn't have that. So I was going, and the things started moving super, when you get recruited, man, it moves super fast, and so many people coming at you, it's kind of hard to really comprehend, especially if you never been in that position before, or you don't have people in your corner. Like my brothers, they play college basketball, but not on that level. So it was hard for me to have that conversation with them about, the recruitment process from those schools. So, yeah, man. So that's why I try to educate youngins, man, or young kids coming from high school to do your research, and not just go, sometimes not even just go for the coaches, because the coaches get a new job and you know what I mean? So, and they gone, so you playing for somebody else. So, it's different, and then obviously it's different now these days, man, with the transfer portal and all that stuff. So,
yeah, I mean, when it comes to like doing your research and then like having people around you that have some sense of different schools, for me it was kind of like, it was kind of like on the fly, because like I didn't really have. Well, I mean, I had a couple people that kind of like persuaded me, like, gave me advice, of different schools and this and that. But like, I didn't have like an older brother that went to school or anything like that, or like my dad didn't play basketball. You know what I mean? He didn't play basketball, so he wasn't familiar with, like, you know what I mean, like different colleges, or like, he wasn't aware of, like, how the system was dealt, like how it went. So it was kind of like I had to kind of like get a vibe, you know what I mean, on my visit, and then just like, just see, like, if I can, if this is a place where I can, get a good education and be able to, help the team win, you know what I mean, from my position. So, and I feel like I made the right decision.
So how was it when you first got on campus, man? First day of practice, and you got to experience a G-Dub practice, man. What was that experience like? Seeing the real G-Dub.
I mean, G-Dub, he's a cool dude, man, really, but he's like real animated. You know what I mean? Like he's an animated guy, especially during games. But when the first time I stepped on, it was just like, okay, this is the real deal. This is the real deal. So I better get on quick. You know what I mean, and learn quick, man, because you know what I mean. This is the top program that I signed up for. So You know, G-Dub, man, he's one of a kind, man. Like, this was a time where, you know, you'll see that he'll just, like, sweat through his shirt and, like, man, this dude, man. Sweat through his suit. Sweat through his suit. You know what I mean? I know everybody's probably talked about that before, man, but yeah, man, G-Dub, man, he's one of a kind, man.
Yeah, what was some of your favorite moments at Maryland, man? You know, whether it's even just on the court, off the court, you know, favorite game, one of the best games. I kind of know what you got in mind, but you know, what was some of your best experiences, you know, playing at Maryland?
Man, it's a lot, man. It's crazy because it's like I feel like there's a lot of moments, but it's like it went by so fast. You know what I mean? It's like that section of my life just like came and went. You know what I mean? It was just like, man, I mean, I'm trying to think of different moments. I mean, I could, you know, maybe just us coming back, you know what I mean, on the bus after we beat Duke in my freshman year, your sophomore year, right?
Yeah.
Winning the ACC championship, how like the roads is all blocked off and everything. We couldn't even like drive through. I think drive through to get to the Comcast Center. You know what I mean? You know, just like things like that, man. It's just like those type of things that just stay forever because it's just like, you know, you're really a part of a big time basketball tradition, big time basketball town. You know what I mean? Coming all the way from the West, man. It's like it's you know, not many guys coming from where I'm coming from the city of Carson, you know, playing basketball. You know, we wasn't much of a basketball school. You know, it was more of a football school. You know what I mean? So it's like not many guys really had the opportunity to go out that far. You know what I mean? And I'm glad I was able to experience that.
Right, and man, that's always talked about, and even now when I go up to Maryland, and because you know at Maryland I never went to tailgates like that, you know, so I ain't really know nothing about those things until after I went. And then I went to homecoming. I started going to tailgates, and now I'm talking to, you know, fans and alumni, and they telling us the experiences that they had, and obviously they always bring up the ACC tournament, and them being like from Maryland, but you got, you know, they're in Greensboro, so you got the Dukes, North Carolina, the Wake Forest, NC States, they surrounded by North Carolina folks, so the conversations in the parking lots was crazy, you know, and they even during we were down 20 against NC State, they was talking about how everybody was leaving out the arena and bus in the parking lot. They ran back into the arena, and then, you know, us coming back, and then I hear those stories, man, and it's crazy because we're in it. So, you know, our mindset, especially that weekend, I tell people all the time, our mindset that weekend was like we ain't caring about nobody outside this locker room. You know, it was just us because
right.
A lot of times, man, we'll win because, you know, we was up and down throughout our season. You know, we'll be up in the first half and lose it in the second half or down the first half.
Yeah.
That was our makeup that season. So, you know, sometimes people write us off. So we got to a point we was just like, man, look, we're not focusing on nobody outside this locker room. It's just us. You know, it's just us. So we got to go out there and play like for ourselves. And then that weekend, man, we went out there, and you know our mindset, man, we was man, you know what I mean. So it was we didn't get to experience what the fans was experiencing. We was just in it, and we were just in a different mode, you know. So to hear their stories in regards to their experiences, talking trash to the North Carolina folks, man, and just going crazy. I'm just hearing their stories, and I'm amazed. I'm like, man, this is crazy because we looking at it from one view, you know, and I talked to Coach G-Dub not too long ago, and I got it from his perspective as a coach. We talk as that we know what it was as players, and then people that was in the stands watching this go down, you know, because our run was like one of the most historical runs in tournament history. You know, man, sometimes we don't really understand it sometimes because like I said, we living in the moment, so we don't really have a chance to really reflect that much on it. But when we do, and we're not in the ACC tournament no more. We're not in the ACC tournament no more.
Right.
We're not in the ACC no more. So I mean, that's what we locked in. So it's just you know, so it's sometimes, man, reflect on it, man. It's a crazy thing. They play it every year. They play it every year now.
Bro, remember. So who we beat? Who we beat before we went to the final with Duke? That was NC State, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, we played that next game less than 24 hours, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Remember?
Like, I think it was like 12. I think our game was at like 12 o'clock or something.
Yeah, it was like
1 o'clock. It was like before 2 because we got back home around 7. I think.
And then we had to wake up quick, and then you know what I mean.
It's early game.
Shoot around. Yeah, you remember that?
It's early game.
It all went fast, man. It's kind of like we was all on adrenaline, like, you know what I mean? Good times, bro.
Man, it's one of the most. Remember, I tell people it's one of the most memorable times I had at Maryland, man. Not. I mean, obviously, us being Dukes and at home, and just the atmosphere and games like us being Florida at Florida when it was #1.
Right.
Things like that. But
yeah, you hit that shot. I remember that.
Yeah.
They forgot. They forgot. That was crazy. Florida at Florida was crazy, man. That crowd was crazy. But y'all remember?
Hey,
you hit that shot.
I tell people all the time, man, like we was playing that game and coach told us before that game, like, look, the crowd gonna be crazy in here. Y'all gotta use your hands a lot, man, because you ain't gonna it was times, man, DJ be coming down the court, or John, but I think DJ played like the game too. He was coming down the court. Mm-hmm. And he calling out plays. I'm like, man, I can't even hear what you're saying. Like, so he had to use his hands because you literally, I tell people all the time, that's probably like the loudest arena I played in. You literally couldn't hear it.
Loud, bro. You felt like fans were kind of like on top of you too.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. And that experience, and then like you said, the ACC tournament, man, it's just, I mean, you can't make this stuff up. You know what I mean? So
no, you can't.
Yeah, so it's moments like that, man, that we don't take for granted. We always remember it, and we always be linked together for moments like that. So now, man, you go through your career at Maryland. Now this next chapter of your career in regards to now you get ready for your professional career. What was that process like, leaving Maryland, playing your last game, and now all right, now I gotta get ready for. Now I'm trying to accomplish my dream of playing at the next level.
Yeah, well, I mean, everything like I said, everything kind of went. Things kind of went fast. That process from like your last game. We were in a tournament and we got knocked off in the second round, right? So it was to Butler. And from that point on, it was just like, finishing up, getting my degree, but it was just workouts, just preparing for the next level. And then working out for a couple NBA teams, and then having the opportunity to play in Europe. You know what I mean? That process it went fast, but it was kind of stressful, bro. It was kind of stressful because it's like you just trying to do the best to, to perform. It's kind of like, every workout is kind of like, you show it's like an interview. You're showing your resume. You know what I mean? You're trying to just impress who's watching you. So you can get the best possible position when it comes to the NBA or even overseas. So, I mean, it was kind of stressful, man. But it was also exciting because it's like you know what you can do, and it's like you're just trying to just show everything that you got. You know what I mean? And I felt that the experience was something that I needed, something I needed going on into my career, because it's just like, and even going on to even being even after basketball, because it's like, it's just a kind of situation where it's like you're just showing, who you are and, what you can bring to the table for any team. So, I mean, it was an all right experience, different emotions, but overall it was all right.
Absolutely, man. A lot of people don't know that side of it, man. So, when we have conversations, or people that don't even play basketball, but they just want to understand it. A lot of times the misconception is, playing overseas it's easy, or you guys get tax-free money, and this, that,
Yeah.
So you gotta understand, man, a lot of these guys, we go over there, a lot of times we don't take our families with us, and we in a different country, we gotta learn a different language, or we live in a different society, and people look at us a certain way depending on where you're playing at. Sometimes they don't get paid, they leave without money. The living arrangements ain't always the greatest. The food is different. I mean, it's so many different things that people don't don't see. All they see is tax-free money, and you guys get to basically play basketball to make money. You know, I'm like, it's not as easy as you think it is. Yes, it's a blessing and it's a great experience, but also you have those other sides that people may not even hear about or see, you know?
Right. No, definitely. I mean, first off, it's definitely a blessing to be able to to continue to play basketball, do something that you love, and travel the world, But a lot of times, it's like you say, you're away from your family, you're away from what you know, everything that you know, different language, different food, different vibe. Sometimes you might see people that don't even look like you, a lot of times, you know what I mean? And it's just like you're doing it for the love of the game. And also, you have to, you want to be able to feed your family and take care of the loved ones around you. But yeah, it's a lot that goes into it, man. Tour days, long bus rides, you know what I mean? Sometimes, what else? It's a lot, you know what I mean? But the experience, I would say to the younger generation that for you to get your information on different teams and where it's at or where you're going, and just to go in knowing that this is going to help you grow, just to keep a positive mind state and to just keep pushing. You know what I mean? Sometimes things might discourage you being away from home and things like that, but if you know that if you have a vision, then it's like you might as well go ahead and continue on with it. I mean, we're playing basketball, doing something that we love and we know how to do. So that's what I would say to the younger generation. But it is a lot going into being away from home. You really have to be able to try to stay busy. You get a lot of downtime. You should try to stay busy. Pick up a hobby. Go outside. You should go outside for a walk or something like that. You know what I mean? Or even try to research where you are. You know what I mean? You don't want to be in a place where you just it's practice.
Yeah.
Practice, the gym, home, home. You want to be able. You want to be able to experience things and really see where you are. And because this thing, before you know it, man, this thing is it'll be done fast. You know what I mean? So it's like you might as well take advantage of every opportunity to explore, to do different things when you're overseas.
Absolutely, man. I know my first couple of years overseas, man, I wasn't going nowhere. I wasn't really with it. My first year overseas, I was in South Korea, and we lived in the mountains though. We lived like in the mountains. So, and then our facility, like we had apartments upstairs. We had we had the cafeteria and the game room on the next level, and then down in the bottom we had the weight room and the gym. So I mean, I literally never left our facility. I never left unless we was getting on the bus to go to the middle of the city, which is like an hour and a half away, and until we played. Now then, they would put us up in the hotel for like me and another American for like 3 days, 2 nights. So then I'll go out and venture out, but I'll be in the city and I'll venture out like I do. But then when we go back home, I literally never left the facility for nothing. So, but then like when I went to Turkey, like my teammates, my coach forced me to go out and hang out, or not hang out, but like to go around and sightsee.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
And they'll be like, "Oh, let's go for a walk." I'm like, "I'm trying to take a nap before practice. You told me I practice, go for a walk." Like, come on, man. So, but they forced me to experience those things, and I'm like, and I'm happy I did, because the cities we go to, they show me all the historical spots, and then we go out to eat and go for walks. So then as we get older, we start appreciating the situation, because like, man, a lot of guys are paid for stuff that we're doing for free. So I started really, like you said, man, as you get older, you start going out, venturing out, touring out, meeting different. I started having my little spots that I'll go to all the time. I started knowing the locals, learning the language. So things are different for me. So then I really enjoyed traveling a lot, because I love the culture, and then, like I said, meeting new people and things like that, man. I started trying different foods I never tried before. all sorts of things, man. But like you said, you got a lot of guys that just want to stay in the house and not do nothing.
No, man, it's always good to venture out, man. You know, it's good to go out. I mean, and it's also really important that you have, you know what I mean, some locals on the team that, you know, that rock with you and that, you know, can really show you, you know, the area. You know what I mean? They'll take you out, they'll take you to a club or a bar or a restaurant or whatever, you know what I mean? But it's always good to have, you know, a solid local player that knows their ways around where you are, you know what I mean? So yeah.
What was your favorite country that you played in? Like, what was the favorite, like your best experience? And what was
my best experience would probably be in New Zealand when I played in the Australian League. Yeah, that place right there, that was like real. It was one of the like cleanest places. One of the like just the air smelled fresh. You know what I mean? It was, you know what I mean. It was all types of natural resources out there. Like it was real like green, and it was real like it was a lot of beaches, and you know, you had a couple of volcanoes. They didn't erupt they wouldn't like erupt anything, but it was just, you know, you had volcanoes. You had like different. It was just like the scenery was just real nice. You know what I mean? And I really enjoyed myself. You know, I was actually coming back from an injury. I didn't play the whole year, the whole previous year because I came back from because I was injured. I had a stress fracture on my foot. So coming back, you know, kind of made me appreciate playing basketball again. And you know, that couldn't have been any better place for me to play basketball out. And we also ended up winning the championship as well. You know what I mean? So you know, it was a good area to play in. You know, New Zealand is very, very unique. I would suggest anybody just to visit. You know, to go visit that country. It's very, very unique, rich culture, and yeah, man, it was dope. Great teammates I had, a great organization. So yeah, that was my favorite spot.
I hear people talk about New Zealand, Australia, and all that stuff. Man, like I think I got a guy over there that's in Australia that say I don't think he ever came back because it's so beautiful, nice, and man, I heard people go don't want to come back because of how beautiful and nice it is out there.
Yeah, it's real nice, bro. It's real nice. You know, you got cities in Australia like Sydney, Melbourne. You know, those are some nice cities. So even all the way on the west of Australia, Perth. You know, I thought that place is real cool too. So yeah, that area of the world is kind of dope, man. I enjoyed myself.
What was one of your worst experiences? Because we all have those, not all, but you know, some people have both sides.
It's always yeah. You can always have some good experiences and bad experiences, man. I played in Spain one year. Now it was crazy because this area in Spain, San Sebastian, is like the northern part of Spain, right? But it was nice because it was like 3 beaches, you know what I mean? Food was good, but it rained basically the whole season, right? And the sun came out when the season finished, when we was supposed to leave, right? So that kind of like, that was real, like, you know what I mean? Because it just rained the whole time. I've never experienced rain like that before, you know what I mean? So that was like, kind of like, that was weak, bro. That was weak. I'm trying to think. I think everything has to come down to like weather. Like when I was in Russia one time, man, it was so cold, bro. It was so cold out there. I went to we was in places like in Siberia where it was like minus 30 degrees. And it was just, bro, the coldest I've ever been in my life. You know what I mean? That was crazy. But other than that, man, I think for the most part, you know what I mean? I'm trying to think, you know, because I played so many places, man. But when it comes to weather, that's when it was just like, you know, I'm from Cali, you know, I'm used to the sun. So it's like,
right.
It's like, so weather is a big thing for me. I don't know. I got to get back to you if I have another.
I definitely feel in regards to that Eastern Europe, man. I played in Ukraine, Lithuania. You know, Ukraine right next door to Russia, man. So I've been man, we walking to practice, snow coming up to my thighs, man. It's seriously, man, it was crazy, man. Like the weather and still they kind of like in the Soviet Union state of mind, and it looked depressing out there, man, cloudy. I mean, had some good folks out there, man. That was cool, but like the lifestyle, man, it was different, man. It was different, but like I said, man, we take that basketball experience, man. I tell the young kids all the time, I say this basketball, this orange round thing, can literally take you around the world. And I still have a lot of friends I consider family in different countries because I mean I allow myself to venture out and to be social. Well, you got some guys. I used to have guys on my team, man, that didn't want to be social. They didn't want to deal with the other guys on the team or hang out with them. I was the opposite. I like kick it or be cool or just adapt to my environment because I know I lived there for X amount of time, and it worked out, So like I said, I still got people over there, man. I can fly in those countries. Somebody could get from the airport. I can stay with somebody. So those blessings, man.
That's love. Oh yeah, another place that I enjoyed playing was Lebanon as well.
Lebanon, I heard that was cool too. I think I was trying to get over there for a second. I was in Bahrain. Yeah. I think Lebanon was another country I was trying to get to. I know I was love over there.
Yeah, man. I can't forget the people of Lebanon, man. They show me so much love, man.
You was out there, Stove, right?
Yeah. I was out there with T Stove, man. So that was cool. And the fans out there, those probably the craziest, the best fans I've played for in Lebanon. You know what I mean? It's just the atmosphere is wild. They love their basketball. And yeah, man, the place was amazing. The food was amazing. The people were cool and friendly. Yeah, man, Lebanon for sure. Lebanon is definitely up there.
Hey, you still so you how many more years you think you got left in you?
Man, I always tell myself, man, I'm trying to play till I'm 40, man. You know what I mean? So, that's what, 3 more years maybe. I feel good, I don't feel like I'm 21, but you know what I mean? I feel like I can feel like I go up and down the court, man. So, right now I'm just, staying ready for the next opportunity and I'll head out.
Yeah, man. I was telling man, Nick, I was over in Lithuania with Nick when they came to play there, and that year it was like, man, we're talking like 2015. And I was like, man, not after this year, man. Till 6 years later, he's still playing. I said, brother, you say, he said, man, sometimes I say it for my mental purposes. Like I just say I'm there for my mental, just kind of like psych myself out. I said, man, he's just going the same year, I said, like you said, man, it's all about how you take care of your body and what you eat. And, like I said, Kobe did 20 years in a high intense situation,
For sure.
So
for sure.
It's doing to take care of your body and still feel like you can play. I mean, why not,
For sure. Like, yeah, as I got older, I started eating a lot better. I started doing things that you would normally do, as a 22, 23-year-old, you know what I mean? And, those things as far as like, making sure you get your treatment, you know what I mean? Stretching a lot. And always working with the trainer, and also being able to eat better as well. You know what I mean? Those things are really important. When you're younger, you don't want to hear all that. You know what I mean?
Right.
You feel like you're gonna feel how you feel forever. But you know what I mean? As you get older, you start to feel that, okay, I need to take certain measures to, prolong my career. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's very, very important. So, like I said, as I got older, I just started, eating healthier, and just putting, just like your body's an engine, man. Your body,
right.
Your body's like a car, man. You need your gas, you need your oil, you need your transmission fluid. You know what I'm saying? Right. You need everything to be you need everything you need to work right and to work together, man. So it's just like, with that mindset, you definitely be able to, and also along with just loving basketball, you know what I mean? You'll be able to prolong career and stretch your career out.
Absolutely, man. I tell kids that all the time. You take care of your body. you gotta still love it, especially on that professional level. If you don't love it, you ain't gonna last too long, man. Because if you're just doing it for the money, it ain't gonna last long. You ain't gonna last. You gotta like love it because many times you ain't gonna want to get to the gym. You gotta get to the gym because somebody else gonna be in the gym if you ain't in the gym.
Exactly. And just like everybody in every profession, man, it's gonna be those, it could even be something that you love. We love basketball. Some people love real estate. Some people love, being a lawyer or whatever, being in studying law. So it's just like it's gonna be those days where it's like, you don't really want to go to the gym. You don't really want to work out, but the only thing that really pushes you to continue to do that is the discipline. You know what I mean?
Right.
The discipline gonna carry you.
Right.
You know what I mean? The discipline gonna carry you to get through those days where you don't feel as good. You feel sluggish. You know what I mean? You woke up on the wrong side of the bed. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's very, very important. Having the discipline to continue to push along.
Right. I definitely get that. Do you still follow Maryland basketball? You still follow?
Yeah, man. I follow here and there. I've seen a lot more guys have made it to the league, man, which is good to see. Yeah, man. I like some of those guys that I watched, like Jalen Smith. I seen Kevin Herter, guys like that. It's real cool to see those guys, flourish in the league and get to that level coming from Maryland.
Yeah, man. So what you think about this team coming up? You got transfers coming in. You got the transfer from Georgetown. I said, everybody's still going crazy about that because Georgetown and Maryland, they didn't like each other for some point. Then you got a kid transferring from Georgetown going to Maryland. So what you think about this team coming up?
Well, I'm not even hip to that, man. So there's a guy from Georgetown going to Maryland.
Yeah, man. It's a guy, big man.
I got to tap back in. It's been a long time, bro.
They were solid last year. They was missing a couple people. They ran against a tough team that just had that firepower, man. But they made their run, man. So they lost a couple of pieces, but I think they're gonna be solid this year. I think they got a good team. They got a good. Then, like you said, got to have the fans back, so that'd be good just to get that arena back jumping again and have that fan support. But yeah, man, I think they have a good chance to go far this year. I think they expected to make a good push, a good run this year. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen.
Yeah. All right, bro. I got a question for you, bro. What do you think about players being able to get paid for their likeness now?
You talking about college now?
Yeah, college students.
Yeah, man. Honestly, man, I think I wish we'd had it back when we was playing.
That's right.
That's one of the things I say. But honestly, man,
that's what I'm about to say, bro.
I think. Even back when we were playing, they was fighting for that. I think it was a few years before I went to college when it really started getting brought up, like players should get paid. I think they had no choice. I think the NCAA had no choice because now you got people creating other avenues for the players to make money, whether it's D-League now, or they can go overseas, or they creating different leagues now where they're paying guys six figures. They don't got to go to college. So, the NCAA started competing against these leagues and these opportunities, and they was going to start losing money because you're going to get players. They ain't going to get as good as players that they could have gotten if. So I think they had no choice but to allow that to happen. And I think it's great, man. I think a lot more guys that, it's funny, I was talking to Byron Mouton, and he said how he was talking to Kobe and how Kobe basically told him he never had that college experience. Winning championships in the league is cool, but, being able to do it on a college level when you got to go against 64 other teams that's fighting for that one spot, it's a little different. So imagine you got guys that they in a financial situation where they're trying to get their family out, but they need the money. So they're going to take other routes, even though they want to go to college, but the college ain't paying. So I got to go these other routes. Now you have an opportunity to college and get that experience while making money at the same time. It's a smart move. It's smart on both ways, regardless of if they wanted to do it or not in regards to the NCAA. But I mean, now the players in a position where they can still get that college experience, whether it's for a year or two, and still make money while doing it. So now they're not stressing. Here, man, I'm forced to. I got kill this year just if I get my peoples out and get to this league. Now they kind of can polish the game up more, or saying I got to work on this, I got to work on that, and I still can make money while doing it and get that college experience, whether it's for a year or two. So I think it's. I think it's a great. It's, like I said, they had no choice but to do it. I believe.
So they like kind of like even up the playing field now, because the NBA put pressure on them now. You know what I mean? The NBA put pressure on them. Like, okay, we get these guys. These guys is like one and done. So it's like, okay, let's pay these guys so they can stay a little bit longer.
Exactly, man. Like so now now they're able to. They're not getting in trouble no more. They're not getting in trouble no more for taking money from this or that. You know what I mean? Even if even though I need food, my parents are hurting back home, and I'm not getting paid. Yeah, I'm killing, but I'm still not. I'm still in college. So, I mean, they had no choice, man. I think their hands were forced. Like I said, because in other leagues, you got all these top players that's going overseas for a year just to get drafted to the NBA or go to the G League. Because now G League is paying six figures. So they're getting paid now from the G League. So then they're like, man, I can't do college. I need the money. So I mean, it's a smart move on their end. I think it needed to be done. It should have been done years ago. Because now you got a lot of guys.
Sure.
The schools lost banners, championships because guys took money that their family probably needed. It should have happened a while ago, but at least it happened now.
Yeah, for sure. I'm glad it at least happened, but I need my coins though, bro.
Exactly.
I need my coins. I used to walk by a sports store or whatever, see my number 25, and I'm like, hold up, bro. I'm not getting how much that cost, bro? I need like 10% of that. Something.
Exactly, man. These schools are making so much money off whether it's the jersey sales or the ticket sales or whatever, and like the players are getting nothing but free education, and food, and living. But it is what it is now, man. Just happy for those youngins that can get paid,
Yeah, man. I'm glad it finally happened.
Yeah, man.
But does it go for all athletes, or is it just football, basketball?
Yeah, honestly, that's a good question. I'm not. I'm pretty sure it should be all athletes. I'm sure. I mean, I gotta. Well, obviously, I've been just hearing nothing about basketball. The players is getting deals, but I mean, it should be all NCAA sports. I believe
right.
so. Yeah, I gotta look more into that. But yeah, man, I definitely appreciate you, taking time out your day, man. To join the Go Terrapins, Travis Garrison, the Field of 6A Networks. I got Ekene Ibekwe, man. I appreciate you, bro. Man, keep going, man. Man, I enjoy
man. To the wheels fall off, bro.
Hey, why not, man? Get that tax-free money, man. But continue to get that experience of living overseas while we can, man, for free. Sure. I definitely appreciate you, bro, man. Thanks for taking time out your day, man. And we definitely gonna catch up soon.
For sure, no doubt, man. Tap in with me when you come back to Cali.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you, bro.
All right, bro.
All right.